What is noble? Care for the most external things, insofar as this care forms a boundary, keeps distant, guards against confusion. Apparent frivolity in word, dress, bearing, through which a stoic severity and self-constraint protects itself against all immodest inquisitiveness. Slowness of gesture, and of glance. There are not too many valuable things, and these come and wish to come of themselves to the valuable man. We do not easily admire. Endurance of poverty and want, also of sickness. Avoidance of petty honors and mistrust of all who praise readily. Our doubt as to the communicability of the heart goes deep, solitude not as chosen but as given. The conviction that one has duties only to other noble natures, toward all others one acts as one thinks best. An ironic response to the so-called talented individual in all domains. Always to experience oneself as one who grants honors, realizing there are very few who can honor one. Always disguised, the higher the type, the more a man requires an incognito. If God existed, he would, merely on grounds of decency, be obliged to show himself to the world only as a man. The ability for creative leisure, the unconditional conviction that although a mechanical activity in any sense does not dishonor, it certainly takes away nobility. No industriousness like those insatiably cackling artists who act like hens, cackle and lay eggs and cackle again. We protect artists and poets and all those who are masters in anything, but as natures that are of a higher kind than merely productive men, and yet we do not confound ourselves with them. Pleasure informs, taking under protection everything formal, the conviction that politeness is one of the greatest virtues. Mistrust for letting oneself go in any way, including all freedom of press and thought, because under the influence of press the spirit grows comfortable and relaxes its limbs. Delight in women. They have been the delight of every very tense and profound male soul whose life was weighed down with great responsibilities. Pleasure in princes and priests, because they preserve the belief in differences in human values even in the valuation of the past, at least symbolically and on the whole even actually. Ability to keep silent, not a word about all this in the presence of listeners. Endurance of protracted enmities, lack of easy reconcilability. Disgust for the demagogic, for the enlightenment, for being cozy, for a form of plebeian familiarity. The collection of precious things, the desire to possess nothing in common. One's own books, one's own landscapes. We love the naive. We esteem good people very little, just as herd animals. We know that in the worst, most malignant, hardest man a priceless golden drop of goodness is often concealed, that outweighs all the mere cowardly benevolence of milk souls. We consider that a man of our kind is not refuted by his vices, nor by his follies. We know that we are hard to recognize, and that we have every reason to protect ourselves with masks and foregrounds. What is noble? That one leaves all the comfortable modes of happiness to the great majority. That one instinctively seeks heavy responsibilities. That one constantly contradicts the great majority not through words, but through deeds.